So welcome to all of you. In the last video lecture, we have seen some examples on the sets. Okay, so we'll continue the same thing now. We'll also see some examples on the set also. Okay, so you know that the joint set means what? So A intersection B is empty. That means what? There is no common element. So if A intersection B is empty, then if okay, so we will write the definition of the joint set. Let A and B be two sets such that A intersection B is empty. Then we say that A and B are the joint sets. That means what? They have no common point. That means their intersection is empty, right? If their intersection is empty, that means the joint is like this, right? So there is no common element, right? This is your set A, this is your set B, this is your universal set. Okay, so that means this is the Venn diagram of the disjoint sets, right? So there is no common element, right? So if there is no common element, then their sets are disjoint sets. Okay. Now we take an example on this one. Okay, so we take the example. Suppose M and N are distinct positive integers. Let A and B be sets of all integers integral multiples of M and N respectively are okay, so this are A and B are disjoint. Okay, so now solution. What we are given, M and N are the integers. Okay, so now A is the set of all integers such way that so they are integral multiples of M, and B is what? The set of all integers which are integral multiple of N. So what is here? So R, A and B are integers. Okay, disjoint. Okay, solution. Let X belong to A intersection B. Suppose X belong to A intersection B. Okay, so what we have to prove? X cannot be integral multiple of N and respect to R, A and B are disjoint. Okay, so this implies that what? X belongs to A and X belongs to B. So what does this imply? X is integral multiple of M and multiple of M, and X belongs to be what? X is integral multiple of N. X is integral multiple of X. So that is means what? X is an integral multiple of M and X is also integral multiple of N. So that means what? X is integral multiple of both M and N. So that means what? X is the integral multiple. That means what? X is what? Integral multiple of N, and therefore what? Therefore A intersection B. That means what? It has at least one element, right? Right? So that when we say that A is A intersection B empty, if there does not exist any element, right? So here what x is integral multiple of both m and n. There is the element. So I think mn. See, this is mn. This is integral multiple of m also, and this is the integral multiple of n also. That means what x may be mn now. X may be mn now here, right? So that means there exists a multiple. There exists an integer which is multiple of m and n. Integral multiple of both m and n, right? So that means what a intersection b is not mt, right? That means we have seen that a intersection b contains at least one element. If you want to show that if it is not disjoint or it is not empty set, then show that at least one element is there. Okay, so what we have proved? So at least one element, that means what there is a number which is integral multiple of both m and n. That means what? So a intersection b is not empty. So therefore what here a and b are not disjoint. This is your answer. Okay, so the problem is over. Okay, so we take next problem. Let a is equal to x1 belongs to R2 such that x square plus y square is equal to 1 and b is equal to set of all xy belongs to R2 such that xy is equal to 1. Prove that a and b are disjoint. Prove that a and b are disjoint. Okay, solution. Given that a is equal to set of all xy belong to this x square plus y square is equal to 1, xy is equal. Okay, so let xy belong to a intersection b. What we have to prove? So a intersection b is empty now, right? That means there does not exist a point xy such that x square plus y square is equal to 1 and xy is equal to 1, right? Okay, so this implies that what xy belongs to a and xy belongs to b. What does this implies? X square plus y square is equal to 1 and x square plus y square is equal to 1 and xy is equal to 1. Okay, so this implies that, so from both, okay, so value of y is 1 by x. I will write this what x square plus 1 by x square is equal to 1. So this implies that what? So I can write this as what? X minus 1 by x bracket square is equal to. So what we get here? This is what x square. This middle term is what? Plus 2. You have to add this, right? So now see, this is what x square plus 1 by x square. Middle term is twice, so minus twice of the product, plus 2 is equal to 1 now, right? So this implies that what x minus 1 by x square is equal to minus 1. Whatever the x and 1 by x may be, this is the square. This is the square of the real number, and we know that the square of the real number is square of the real number is always positive. So this is not possible. Why this is not possible? Because we get the square of the bracket is what? Minus 1. The square of any real number is always positive. So we get here negative number. So this is not possible. So therefore what? So this what? Xy is not possible. That means there does not exist any x and y such way that your x square plus y square is equal to 1 and xy is equal to 1, right? So therefore what? A intersection B is empty, right? So intersection is empty. That means A and B are disjoint. Okay. So we have proved that it is disjoint. So we write one more definition. Set difference. This is the definition. Okay. For sets A and B, the set difference, the set difference of B from A is defined as so this is the notation, X belongs to A such that X do not belong to B, right? So that means what, you write this definition also for this, what, X belongs to B such that X do not belong to A, right? Do not belong to B. So now see here, now A for B, this is what A for B, and that is what A, this is B for A. So this is what the set of all elements X belong to B which are not in A. That means what, this is what, X not in A, that means it is in it is in complement, right? It is in the complement. So it is in complement. So that means what, you may write this as what, A for B is that what, set of all A, that means what, A intersection B complement. A for B is what, A intersection B complement. Okay. So where A and B are subset of universal set. Where A and B are the subset of universal set. Because what, to take the complement you need the universal set. So this is what, B for A is nothing but what. So B for A means what, the set of all X belong to B. That means B is there. And X not belongs to A. That means what, intersection A complement. So whenever your A and B are in universal set, okay. So U is the universal set. Remember this. Remember this. Remember the definition. Remember the definition. All these are the definition of A for B, B for B, right? B for A now here. What? So this is very important now here. Okay. So this is for the set difference now. Okay. So we take the problem. We write a symmetric difference. We write one more definition. Symmetric difference sets. Okay. So symmetric difference definition. The symmetric difference of sets A and B, is defined to be the set. This is denoted by like this. This is the symmetric difference. This is the notation. This is the triangle A, triangle B, right? Is the notation for this one. This is what, A for B, I write in bracket, union B for A, right? So X belongs to A triangle B. This if and only this is if X belongs to A or X belongs to B, right? But not in both. That means what? Not belong to A intersection B. But X not belong to A intersection B. But you can write also. But X not belong to A intersection B. Right? So it is in the symmetric difference. That means what? Either X is in A or in B. It is not in the intersection. It is not a common. Okay? So this is the definition. Okay. So we take examples on this difference. Let A is equal to closed interval minus open interval minus 4, and B is equal to what? B is equal to closed interval to open interval 1. Find A union B, A intersection B, A for B, B for A, then A union B, A union B for A intersection B. A for B union, that means symmetric response B. Okay, so 1. We'll find one by one. Okay, now solution. Okay, so we'll take the solution. Given that A is equal to what? Minus 3, 4. That means what? Set up all A is what? The set of all points which are lies between set of all the real numbers which are lies between minus 3 and 4, and B is nothing but a set of all real numbers which are lies between 2 and 5, including 2 also. 2 is included. Here 5 is not included. Here minus 3 is not included. 4 is not included. Right? That means minus 3 and 4 are not the part of the set A. Here what? 5 is not a part of the set B. 2 is the part of the set B here. Okay. So what? B. So that means what? 2 open 5. That means 2 is the element of 5, but 2 is the element of B, but 5 is not the element of B. Here also the minus 3 and 4 are not the elements of A, but all the numbers lying between minus 3 and 4 are the members of A. All the elements lying between 2 and 5 are the members of B now. Now what we want? X belong union B. Okay, so we'll start from 1. Let X belong to A union B. What does this imply? X belongs to A or X belongs to B. So X belongs to A means what? So X is belong to minus, that means what? Minus 3 less than equal to, not less than equal to, strictly less than X less than 4. Or so this is what? 2 less than or equal to X less than, strictly less than 5. Okay. So now see that how these numbers are lies between minus 3 and 4 and X lies between 2 and 5. So now if I write this is what? So 2. So I have to take all the elements of this. I have to take union means what? I have to take all the elements which are lies in A and in B. So I can write this is what? Minus 3 less than X less than 5. I can write this what? Minus 3 less than X. So less than 5. How can write this? So okay. Yes. Now see here. If you draw this what? Your minus 3 is here. Your 4 is here. And your 2 is here. Your 5 is here. So this is your A. This is your A. And this will be your what? B. This will be your B. Right? So these 2 to 4 are the common. Right? So that means what here? So minus 3 to 5. X lies between minus 3 and 5. So this is what then? Therefore, A union B is open interval minus 3, 5. Right? So we get this answer. Okay? So open interval minus 3, 5. That means all the numbers lies between minus 3 and 5 is nothing but a union of A union B. Now you will find intersection now. Okay? So second intersection. Okay? You will find intersection. So what does this imply? X belongs to A and X belongs to B. So X belongs to A means what? X lies between minus 3 and 4. So minus 3 strictly less than X less than 4, and 2 less than equal to X less than strictly less than 5. Strictly less than 5. Now see here. This is your what? This is your A and this. These are the common points. These are the common to both ends. Right? So 2 is also included in B and 4 is included in B. So that means what here? So this implies that what? 2 less than equal to X strictly less than 4. Right? So this implies that A intersection B is nothing but close to open 4. Because 4 is not in B, 4 is not in A. So you have to take 4 as an open now here. Okay? Now then what? A per B now. We'll find A per B. A per B. Next, whatever the number, that is what third number. What? So let X belong to A per B. So X belongs to A per B means what? X belongs to A, but X do not belong to B. But X do not belong to B. What are these numbers? X is in A, but not in B. So that means what here? Now see here what? Minus 3 to 2. Minus 3 to 2. That numbers are in A, but not in B. Your 2 is in B now here. So that means what here? Minus 3 less than x less than strictly less than 2. Right? All these numbers now here are 2 is in B now. So you cannot take 2 now here. Right? So you have to take the less than or equal to. 2 is in A. But 2 is in A, 2 is in B also. But what we have to drop the elements of B now here. So this is what, therefore A for B is the this is what, open interval minus 3 2 minus 3 2 open interval minus 3 2. Now let me take the fourth one, the fourth problem. What? B for A. So let x belong to B for A. What does this implies? X belongs to B, but x do not belong to A. But x do not. So now see these elements now here. What? So 2 to 4, these are elements are in 2 to 5, the elements are in B now. So but here what? The 2 to 4, the numbers lies between 2 to 4. 4 is what? This. The 4 is not in A now. 4 is not in A now. But 4 is in B. So 5 is not in B. So so what? We can write this what? Less than or equal to, because what, 4 is not in B, so we can write less than or equal to x, and strictly less than 5, because what, 5 is not the element of B, so you should want the elements from B, right? So these are the elements which are in B but not in A now, 4 to 5, right? So all this now see, the 2 to 4 they are in A now also, right? So you have to drop the elements which are in A, you have to take the elements of B which are not in A. That means what? So which elements of A are in B, you have to drop that elements. Okay. So the numbers lies between 2 4 are the elements of A. You have to drop this from B. That will your B for A. So what does this imply now here? This implies that B for A is equal to closed interval 4 5. Closed interval 4 5. Okay. Now okay. So A for B is equal to 9. This is right. So now you want what? A union B for A intersection B. Okay. So A union B. What is your A union B? So your A union B what? A union B is, you know that this is what, minus 3 to 5, and A intersection B what? A intersection B what? So A intersection B, we get somewhere A intersection B what? 2 to close interval 2. Okay. Because it is in both. Okay, 2 is in both. So 2 to 4, 4. So this is what this. Okay. So now you want this A union B for A case. Okay. So let x belong to A union B for, so for A intersection B. Intersection B. What does this implies? X belongs to A union B, but x do not belong to A intersection B. So x belongs to A union B, minus 3 5. So see, A union B, this is what, minus 3 5, all are there, and 2 to 4, this is your 2, this is your 4, right? So that means what, you want the elements, these are the elements, which are in A intersection B, only this, and intersection B, and all the rest are the elements of this. Now see here then, what, minus 3 to 2, you can take x as what, minus 3 less than or not less than equal to, this is strictly less than x less than what, 2 is in A intersection B. So you cannot take this, or you cannot take this 2, because 2 is in the intersection, so you cannot do. Then this is what, 4 is not intersection, but 4 is in the union, so you can take here what, 4 less than equal to x, open interval 5. Why you can take the 4? Because 4 is not the element of 4 is not the element of intersection B, but 4 is the element of union B. You want the element from A union B. Okay. So that means what, this is implies that so A union B for A intersection B is nothing but minus 3 2 union 4 4 5, open 5, close 4 open 5. This will be your A union B for this. Okay. Okay. Now next what you want, And the last one is what? A union A restricted to B. Your union or intersection. Union B restricted to A. How this we can? You have to take the union of this one. This union minus 3 and this 4 5. Okay. Now see how we can do this one. So you have to take the union of these two. Union of these two. Both are the joint set minus 3 2 and 4. So union means what? You have to take just union is what? Minus 3 2 union. Just you have to write is what? 4 5. 4 open 5. This is what? Open 5. This is close 4 and this is 5. Because what? Both are the disjoint. The union of the disjoint set is what? So the union of that two sets. Okay. Just simply A will be. So I hope you understand this one. Okay. We'll take the next example. Let A be the set of all even integers and U be the set of all integers. Then find a complement. Okay, solution. What do we given? A be the set of all integers, right? So given that A is equal to what? Set of all even integers. That is what? X belongs to U such that X is even integer. X is even integer. Okay. Now A complement means what then? X belongs to U such that what? X is not even integer. X is not even integer means what? X is odd integer. X is an odd integer. X is odd integer. Okay. So we get a complement. Complement means what? The set of all elements which are in the universal set but not in A. Right? So that means what here? Suppose this is what? This is your A set. So for to find a complement, you need the universal set. All the elements are this. All the elements of this. Right? Are nothing but A complement. This is what? A complement. Note that this is not, say if your A is this. This is not the A complement now. All the elements. Right? So this element is not in the. So what? All these elements are outside the A. Right? But this is not the A complement now. A complement is what? You have to bound for the universal set. So your element should be in the universal set, which is not in A. Right? Universal set is very important for A complement. Okay. Okay, so we'll take an example so that you understand. This is what A is equal to minus 2 3 open line, and B is what? 0 infinity. Find A complement and B complement in R. R is the set of the real number. Okay, solution. R is what? Minus infinity, right? That is your universal set. Your R is the universal set. Now see your A. This is what? Minus infinity. A and B are the subset of R. So this is what here? Minus 2, and this is what here? 3. So minus 2 is included and 3 is what? Excluded. So therefore what? A is equal to what? Minus 2, 3. Okay. So A complement will be what then? A complement will be what? So what you have to take? The all elements outside the A. Right? So that means what? Minus 2 is in A. So in minus 2 will not be in the A complement. So this is what? Minus infinity, minus 2. Open here. You have to take the union of this one. Right? You have to take that part of this. This is your A. This is your A now. This is your A. Right? Up to this is what? This is your A. Right? And the elements not in A. That means what? The line between what? Minus infinity and minus 2. 3 and infinity. So 3 is not in A. So 3 is in the A complement. So you have to take open 3 and infinity. Right? infinity. Note that minus infinity, infinity are not the numbers, right? You cannot write here closed, right? So minus infinity or infinity, there it should be the open now, right? Minus infinity, there should be open. You cannot write close it now, because minus infinity and infinity are not the numbers. So whenever there is a minus infinity, always write an open bracket here. So if there is infinity, close the bracket by open interval, right? That is open. Open. This is what open set. Okay, open bracket we have to write. Okay, now we get A complement. Now what is your B complement and B complement? Okay, so for B complement we will draw this, right? This is B. This is B now. B is what here? 0 to infinity. This is your 0. This is your infinity. Right? This is your minus infinity. So this is your B now. This is your B. And what you want? B complement. B complement means this is also denoted by B dash or B complement, whatever this. Okay. So now B complement will be what then? The which are not outside B. So 0 is not in B. So 0 is in the B complement. So now here what? Open interval minus infinity and 0 is included. Because 0 is not in B, so 0 should be in the B complement. So your B complement is minus infinity 0. Okay. Now this is the main topic is what? Power set. What do we mean by power set? So we write a definition of power set. For a set S, or a set capital S, sets are always denoted by capital S. The power set of S is defined as is defined as the set of all subsets of S, all the subsets of S. It is denoted by P of S. That means what? This is read as power set of S. Okay. Okay. We'll take the problem. So if A is equal to AB, I will take AB. Find power set of A. Find P of A. Okay. Solution. Given that A is equal to AB. So power set of A is nothing but what? The set of all subset of S. The set of all subset of S. That means what? You have to find the set of all subsets of A. You have to find the all subsets of A, and you have to enclose in the curly bracket. You have to take the collection of all the subsets of A. So you know that a empty set and A are always the subset of itself, right? So that means what? This is the subset. This is the subset. Okay. Now there. So what here? The singleton A and the singleton B. Only these are the 4 possible subsets of A, right? Now see, this is the power set then, right? So now how many number of elements in A now here? Number of elements in A is what? 2. So how many number of elements in power set of A? So there are 4 elements. That is what? 2 square is 4. 2 square is 4. Now we'll check for if you take the 3 elements now, we'll take the 3 elements. Okay, we'll take 3 elements and we'll find the power set of that. Okay, so we'll take the A is equal to ABC. You may take 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we want to determine the power set of A now. So what? We know that empty set and A are always subsets. Okay, so what we'll do? We'll take the singleton set, right? So subset, you have to take the subset. I will take the singleton. This is what? A. Singleton B. This is singleton of C. Which are the subsets of A? A is the subset. This is what? Singleton A is the subset of A. Singleton B is the subset of A. Singleton. I will take a doubleton. That means what? I will take the 2 elements only. So how we can take? I will take A, B. I will fix A now here. Then I will take with A now. Okay. Now then what? BC. Now see. We have only this possible doubleton there, right? So these are the only possible subsets. Now count the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So number of elements in A This is not a part of the solution. So number of element is 3. So number of element in power of A is what? 2 to the power 3 is what? 8 now. Now see, there are 8 now, right? So this is the exercise to you. Find power set of if A is equal to A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, right? Then find power set of A. Now how many elements should be there? 2 raised to 4. Note that. So for hint, okay, I will give the hint. Number of element in A is equal to 4. Number of element in power set of A is 2 raised to 4 is 16. Right? That should be the 16. Right? How you can draw write this what? 5. A, then singleton is what? A, B, C, D now. Okay? Then double turn, right? Take A with B, A with C, A with D. Then take the first element as B, right? So A, B, C, D here. Okay? For double turn, A, C, A, B, A, C, A, D. Then what? B, C, B, D, C, D. Then for triplet, you have to take a triplet. What? Fix A, B, C, then A, C, D. Right? Only this, right? Then what? B, C, D. These are only the possible triplet. There are only how many triplets are possible? 3. See this one, A, B, C, A, C, D. Only this, A, C, D. Then what? With the help of B, B, C, D. These are 3 triplets. Okay, these are 3 triplets. How many? 4. Double turn set is what? A, B, A, C, A, D. With the help of A we get 3. For A 3. For B 2 now. And for C there is 1. So this is what? 6. And singleton 4. And these 2 are the first one. Right? Now see, this is what? 6 plus so A, B, C, A, B, D now also here. What? A, B, D. Right? A, B, C, A, B, D. For with the help of A and B, there are 2 now here. Right? Then A, C, D. So these are the 4 now. See, this is what? 10. 10 plus 6 is the 16. So we get a 16. Right? I have given the hint to you. So this is your job now to find the power set of A. So that is the exercise to you. Okay. Now just do is write the Cartesian product now. So Cartesian product, Cartesian product. Cartesian. Suppose A is the set and B is the set. Cartesian product is denoted by A cross B, right? And this is defined by set of all ordered pairs such that A belongs to A and B belongs to B. Such that A belongs to A, B belongs to B. Set of all ordered pairs. So ordered pairs are very important. Suppose A is equal to 1, 2. And suppose B is equal to A, B, C. And you want to determine A cross B. So what? I will take 1 first, fix. With the help of 1, I will take all the elements of B now. 1A, 1B, 1C. Okay? So now with the help of 2, I will take all the elements of B now. So what? 2A, 2B, 2C. If there is third element, with the help of third element, take elements of B now here. In this way, you can obtain A cross B. So how many elements of A? There are 2 elements in A and there are 3 elements. So in A cross B, so number of element in A cross B is equal to number of element in A into number of element in B. Okay. So see here, how many elements are in A? There are 2 elements and there are 3, right? So number of elements in A into number of the 6. Now we will check whether there are 6 elements or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this way you can find the cross product of any 2 sets, right? So this is the end of the sets now. Okay, so I have taken the theoretical part we have explained in the first video lecture. In the second and third video lectures, we have seen the examples on the sets. I hope that you understand the set. Now the set is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me or you can phone me. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you.